So back in the day, um, I was the ruler of Metopia. I was the prime emperor king of Metopia. You see, every country had a person who was the ruler of that country, and they had different names. Like there's the king, there's the emperor, there's the chancellor, the prime minister, the president, a million different things. So I was the prime emperor king of Metopia. And Metopia was a very shiny city full of technology and gold. And in um, in English, Metopia roughly translated into Atlantis. And like in Spanish, Metopia roughly translated into El Dorado. So it was like a well-known city around the world. But back in the day, I was the ruler of that. I was the ruler of Metopia. And when two like rulers had a dispute, let's say King 1 wants to take over the land of King 2. Well, the two kings would get on a field of battle, which is kind of like a football field or, in a coliseum kind of thing, and they would slap each other silly. They would fight it out, and whoever won the dispute. And then one king, he got his eye poked out by accident. He went blind, half blind. He was really upset about that. So he said, next time I have a dispute, I'm not going out there. No way, no how. Next time I have a dispute, I'm going to send someone to stand in for me. So he had a dispute. He sent in some giant bruiser, and then when someone had a dispute with me, I sent in Hercules, and I kicked their fucking ass. Hercules, he's the shit. I got him drunk first. Hercules loves to get drunk. So anyway, oops, I dropped something there. So then all the other kings started doing the same thing because no one wanted to get hurt. They all put in, stand-ins. I said my Hercules. Everyone else sent whoever their biggest, toughest champion was. And then one king said, I want to make sure I win. I think it was like the prime minister of some place or president. I don't even remember. But anyway, this guy sent in two people. And we said, oh, you can do that? We didn't know you could do that. So then the next person sent in three people. The next one sent in 5, then 10, then 100. People start getting out of control. Next thing you know, there are these battles with thousands and thousands of people on each side. And the group of people, like my group of people, my group of thousands of people, I had my friend Mary in charge of. So we named it Army because Mary, she was a little dyslexic when she wrote her name, and she actually wrote it Army instead of Mary. So we called it the Army based on her dyslexic name. And then everyone started calling theirs the Armies too. Everyone had armies, and we had the next group. We had this group called Marines because they were all into like underwater animals. They all kind of fancy themselves little biologists, like marine biologists. So we had the Marines, and then the Air Force are just people who are in the air. That was pretty lame name, I know. And then the Navy was because they all like to wear navy blue. So we named them after the uniforms. But anyway, we created these like different groups of people, and we fought them against each other. And that was what started armies and wars. That's how wars and armies started. Now, I want to tell you another story, but that's coming up in a minute. So you're welcome for inventing war. Or maybe, I'm sorry, I'm not sure. But, as time went on, we got more and more sophisticated in our wars. First, people are like throwing rocks and sticks at each other. And then, they were starting to pull out like daggers, swords, bows and arrows. Then next thing you know, they got pikes. They're starting to get like some of the rudimentary guns, better guns, machine guns, rocket launchers, drones. Now some kings just send in their drones. That's kind of unfair, I think. Not everyone has drones. Some guys have nuclear bombs, though, so nuclear bombs trump drones. But I didn't mean Trump, Anyway, drones, they're pretty cool. They're the shit. But Metopia never had drones. I was really sad. We did have a platoon of tigers. It was a stealth platoon. And our main army was an army, we called it the unholy army of geese, insects, and monkeys. And the way it works is the monkeys went in first. They flew all their poop. They threw it at the enemy army, and they all get covered in poop. And they're all like, they're too busy being disgusted by the poop to like shoot off anything. And then the next thing you know, the bugs come in, the insects, they swarm, they stick to the poop, stinging these guys, biting them. They're just like, they're getting itchy and they're swelling up and shit like that. And then come the geese, and the geese are vicious motherfuckers. So once the geese get in there, these guys are dead. We never lost a battle. Anyway, that's the story. war and armies and navies and Air Force and Marines. We don't ask for experience, we live it. Thank you, guys.